Hi, everyone. It's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. This is the place where women over 60 come to be inspired. My guest today is Ariane Poole. She is a good friend of 60 and Me. We've interviewed her many times on issues of makeup and beauty, skincare. And I'm really happy to have her here because we've got some questions from our community that she's going to answer. Now, Ariane is a makeup professional. She's been in the business for quite a while and has worked with celebrities and real people. And she has her own product line, arianepoole.com. And she also is on now QVC UK, TVSN in Australia, and also just launched in France on QVC France. So congratulations. That's a great,
Thank you very much.
Great accomplishment. So I'm really happy to have you here, Ariane. It's, we always get lots of questions from our community for you. And one that's a recurring question, and one I'm also very interested in, is what are the best foundations for women with with aging skin to use? And especially for when you've got reddish skin or red veins in your face, what are some of the products you might recommend?
Okay, there's a lot of different things you can do with the redness, because if any of the other ladies out there in the community, they've seen I've got a lot of red. So rather than talking about my ultimate face tint and my concealer, which I know really, really works, I want to show you some other products that I have, discovered as well, because it's all about, finding out different things. So let me take a little bit off. So the two brands that I want to tell you about. One is a Bobbi Brown. The color isn't the right color for me, but let me read what it is. Let me get my glasses on because I can't read without my glasses.
Okay.
This is not the right shade, obviously. I wish I was, a little bit tanned, and that would be great. This is called the Skin Long Wear Weightless Foundation. Now, the key to that word there is weightless, because as we get older, if it is too heavy on our skin, it makes us look older. It settles into the fine lines. It literally drags our skin down, and we do not want that to happen. So,
Ariane, just to interrupt you there for a second, not interrupt you, but just to add to what you were saying, is that I've just been reading a lot of articles about skincare because we've been looking at different products that I've been looking at myself. And one comment that I didn't expect to read, but you just reinforced it, is that as we get older, our skin gets thinner.
Yes.
Actually, the skin gets thinner. So
we don't have that volume anymore.
Exactly. So, that I guess is the collagen production thing, but it also is where, the red veins start to show, and, and so creams and moisturizers that can boost that. And we're going to talk about that some other video, but carry on with the foundation.
No, but absolutely what you're saying. Our skin gets thinner. So maybe I've always had the redness, but if you're somebody who's hardly ever had the redness and suddenly you're thinking, oh, that is just, this is just suddenly happening. So the other one I want to tell you about is the Double Wear. This is Double Wear Nude. It is, so again, glasses on, because
that's Estee Lauder, right? So there's Estee Lauder and Bobbi Brown you're showing us.
Bobbi Brown. So this is a Double Wear Nude water fresh makeup. Now, I've just finished doing the breast cancer care fashion show for Estee Lauder here in London. And a lot of the ladies are, the variety of age groups, a lot of them are a little bit older and their skin is very delicate. This is what my go-to product was. Okay. I love the idea of the Double Wear, but the normal Double Wear sometimes, especially as we're getting older, can be a little bit too heavy. This one is so lightweight. So I'm going to give it a little shake. So I'm going to use this one. I think this is quite close to my skin tone. So I'm going to use a little bit of this on my face, and then I'm going to use another one of my ones there. So I'm going to pop that on. I'm going to just use my fingers. You can use a blender brush or whatever, but you can see that this is literally like water. And look at the coverage. Is that not just the craziest thing on the earth?
That is.
Look at that. I had a dab on my finger. All I did is where I took it from the lid, I went like that, and then I blended it. But look, it is lightweight. It is smooth.
It looks lovely.
It looks like and look at the difference.
Yes, right away you can see it covers that redness on your cheek.
Covers the redness really well. If I wanted to go in and add a little bit more, I could just go in and just dab with my finger. Now, if you're somebody who loves to use a blender brush or those blender sponge things, hey, you could use that as well. I'm just showing you this is the easiest product to use. But be careful, it is very, very liquid, so you do not want to be pouring it in. So like I said, I did
from the lid.
And then I just took a little bit of the excess that was here. You can tip a little bit, but it is very, very liquidy.
Okay, that's good to know.
But look at the coverage. And that is long lasting. So it will stay put. Now, the other one I was going to show you is one of mine. It's a foundation stick that I've just come out with. And what I like about my foundation stick is it is a creamy formula, whereas a lot of foundation sticks that give you the coverage are very dry. So I'm going to just pop that on my skin. So very similar. Going to give it a little blend. So I'm going to do it like that.
Sometimes fingers and patting it in. Is actually the best way to do it. Brushes can drag your skin a bit, and I used a brush today, but I'm watching you now thinking how you really can do a lot with your fingers.
Yeah. See, this one is a tiny bit too light for me, but that's the only color. That's not the detriment of the foundation, of the Estee Lauder foundation. It's a really, really good one.
Yes.
But I would go for a little bit. I would go for this color. This is the color I normally would wear.
It's a little bit darker, but the coverage is very good on that one too.
Yeah.
I mean, you have lovely skin too, but that's.
Well, no, but I've got those blotches. So both of these. This is the foundation stick, then the Estee Lauder, the double wear. And if you're a double wear wearer already out there, I would never dream of suggesting that you change from what you're using.
Yeah.
But if you're finding that it's just maybe getting a little bit too heavy and you want to keep in that same family, do this one, the double wear nude. You'll really, really like it. And if you want to try out the Bobbi Brown one, I really like that. Lightweight, long lasting. All of these are long lasting, which is what you really want. Especially
those are three good suggestions. Would you ever mix them? Would you ever mix the double wear with that water-based one, for example?
This one here with the stick.
No. Well, you could do that too, but I was thinking of the Estee Lauder line of doing the double wear and the water-based one, mixing those two together, get that kind of combination.
You could do that, and then you would get something in the middle. Very good, Margaret. I like that.
I'm just always thinking of how to...
You are thinking that. I like it a lot. That's a really good idea, because you might be somebody that's just bought your double wear and you're thinking, oh, crumbs, I don't want to get rid of that. Yeah. And you can... Also, to different times of the year, you need different types of coverage. You don't always want the same coverage because you might have quite a little bit of the sun. You might be using a false tan. You might be, the winter months. From the winter months, we need a little bit more coverage because the central heating and the cold wind and everything, especially when you're in the northern hemisphere for winters, it is really freezy and it's not good for your skin. So our skin tends to show up the redness a little bit more.
There's a couple too that I've discovered, and I know you're going to do an investigation of this. Of these kinds of foundations for older skin. Yeah. The Bare Minerals one that I've just tried is really nice too. The liquid. Yeah. And a lot of people said that the powder they didn't like, but that the one that's a mineral liquid, it's actually very similar. It feels watery when you put it on, but it gives, and you don't need a lot, but it gives long-lasting coverage.
Yeah, no, I like that one as well because it is the same thing. Yeah. You don't need a lot, and that's what I said. I needed so little of that the Estee Lauder nude to get the coverage I want. If I had more colors, I would have been able to choose the right kind of color. It's just like I say, it's a tiny bit too light, but not that much. I could get away with it.
Well, those were three really good ideas for you, and we'll put the details below the video so that you can check them out if you'd like. But I really appreciate you doing that, Ariane, and especially doing what you do to take off your makeup and show us your reddish skin and how that actually really works in the real world in real time. So thank you again for everything. I love talking to you always.
Oh, me too. Hi to the community. Thank you.
Hi, back to you via me. Thanks a lot, Ariane. Bye for now. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our 60andMe YouTube channel and also visit our website. We are a strong and dynamic community of women over 60. We're challenging aging stereotypes, and every day we share fascinating stories, interesting questions, and great conversation.